K-State Research and Extension provides research-based educational programs to help address the critical issues facing individuals, families, businesses, and communities. In order to address those needs in an effective way, there must be a plan. Action plans provide the roadmap for extension agents to follow to be sure they are headed toward the expected results. In this module, we'll take a closer look at the program development process. Program planning is not a new idea. As a matter of fact, this quote is from a booklet produced in 1922. The answer to the question, why plan, is as valid today as it was when it was written. Besides providing a roadmap for the educational program, planning helps individuals think through the reasons and ways for delivering information. This helps keep in mind the ultimate goal and improves the program's quality and effectiveness. Plus, we all have more to do than we can possibly accomplish, so a good plan will help prioritize that work and keep it on track. So, what is a program? An extension program focuses on an identified need within a target population. The program involves the delivery of a sequence of related educational events and activities, with the goal of reaching the expected outcomes. There are two general types of programming, reactive and proactive. Reactive programming is developed and implemented in response to a current situation or emergency. Weather, legislation, emergencies, and even an increase in the number of phone calls about a particular problem can result in reactive programs. For example, natural disasters. Residents often turn to the Extension Office for information in dealing with the after effects of tornadoes, ice storms, and flooding, such as what to do with broken tree limbs from an ice storm, or how long food in the freezer will be safe when the power goes off. Legislation. A good example of this is the Farm Bill. The program can't be determined until we know what's contained in the bill, which makes it a reactive programming. Telephone. Often repeated questions from residents might signal the need for an educational program, maybe about a particular garden or crop issue, or how to preserve an abundance of tomatoes. And health emergencies. The COVID-19 pandemic resulted in agents developing new programs to help individuals, families, and communities cope with the stay-at-home orders, remote work, and other healthcare concerns. Proactive programming is where you actively seek out more information from county data, PDC members, and community partners to find out about critical issues that Extension can address through programming and that aren't already being addressed by other agencies. With proactive programming, an agent plans a series of programs and activities to address or solve the issue. This can be unique to Extension or in collaboration with other local agencies. Proactive programming should fall within one of the K-State Research and Extension Grand Challenges: global food systems, health, natural resources and water, developing tomorrow's leaders, and community vitality. Generally, about half of an agent's time should be planned or proactive. The other half will be spent in unplanned or reactive time. Extension agents typically have 2 to 3 action plans to work on during the year. The Program Development Committee, or the PDC, works in partnership with the agents to plan a comprehensive local program. PDC members play an important role in program development. Members work with the agents to study and identify the community needs. They gather input from individuals within the communities and then work with the agents, who can also share pertinent information from community coalitions and other partnerships. Demographic information is also helpful to review. PDC members can also help to brainstorm and prioritize program possibilities. Once the agent and PDC determines the issues that needs to be addressed with educational programs, agents then develop an action plan. K-State Research and Extension uses the Logic Model framework to develop proactive programs. This framework has been used nationally by Extension and other groups for more than 25 years, and it is often required to be used when applying for state and federal grants. In its simplest form, the Logic Model includes the situation, which explains what is currently happening in a community and includes relevant information such as current demographics and other data. Inputs are the things we invest to make the program happen, such as time, funding, equipment, materials, and technology. Outputs are what we do: workshops, demonstrations, social media campaigns, just to name a few. An important component in this step of the process is in identifying the target audience and determining strategies for reaching underserved audiences. The outcomes are what changes took place for the people who participated in our programs. Short-term outcomes are the knowledge gained. Medium-term outcomes are a change in behavior or practice, and long-term outcomes are a change in condition. A great way to think about the Logic Model is to think of it as a bridge to take you from where you are to where you want to be, and what series of programming efforts needs to happen to get you there. And lastly, another important component of program development is evaluation, which is an ongoing process that will help you gather information to improve the program. Evaluation information can help determine if you need to make changes to increase the effectiveness and the efficiency of the program so that it better meets the needs of the audience. Evaluation will also help you to assess the impact of your program for the participants, partners, and community. Did the program accomplish the outcomes you set at the beginning? In other words, what did your clientele do as a result of your educational program? Agents are asked to report outcomes, which could be short-term, what people learn, medium-term, what people do, or long-term, what condition changes. A great use of these reports locally would be to share them with stakeholders such as the PDC and board members, commissioners, and other funders. Once the action plans have been completed, agents must enter them into PAIRS, our online reporting system, by October 1. An important responsibility of the Extension Board is to review and approve the program plans each year. Strong local programs are the result of a partnership between PDC members who help to identify needs, the Extension agents who deliver the programs, and K-State Research and Extension who provides educational research. For more information about program development, contact Laurie Chandler, Associate Program Leader. Thank you for your commitment to K-State Research and Extension.